Good evening, everybody. Welcome to It's All Black and White TV, and we have another transfer show the day after we had one yesterday. I'm joined by Pete. How are you, Pete?
Very well, Tony. You?
Yes, mate. Yes, mate. Not too bad. Still warm, and I've got the fan next to me, and so yeah, absolutely. Right, guys and girls in the chat. Just before we get into tonight's show, and look, we know there's a lot of unrest in the country at this moment in time. Can I just please ask that we don't chat about it in the chat? And I'm not saying it to be a killjoy or anything like that. One, this is a football channel, first and foremost. And two, with the way things are at the moment, police are clamping down on people, putting comments out there and things like that. Well, the last thing we need is the channel to be closed down as well. So we'll keep it football. Obviously everybody's got their own opinions of what's going on. It's not great what's going on at the minute, and rightly so. But if I could just ask first not to mention it in the chat tonight, if that's okay with you guys as well watching. And thank you for your understanding on this matter. It is very delicate at the moment, and we just got to be really, really careful. So that's that for today. Now then, before we get into the transfer show as well, so before we get into the transfer show, I'm not going football at the moment. I'm going to just bring this up as well. And today is a very sad day for the world of cricket, of course, because we have lost a legend. There he is, Graham Thorpe. He's died at the age of 55, no age whatsoever. Very good batsman in his time. I've seen him many times, not watching him live on TV. Terrific player, one of the best England had. Such a composed batsman. Although he may be. Some people know that he did leave Alex Tudor stuck on 99. But other than that, he's been a fantastic ambassador for the sport. Then he took up coaching. He had a serious illness a couple of years ago. We don't know whether that's linked to it, and we haven't seen what the cause of actual death is. But such a shame. What your thoughts, Pete? I mean, you're probably not much of a cricket fan, but I mean, you must have heard of Graham Thorpe.
I've heard of it. I don't watch a lot of cricket, I must say, but 55, too young to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And rest in peace, Thorpe. That's what I say. Right, let's get into some comments before we get to the show, because the comments are coming thick and fast as well. So we'll see who's in the chat. Tiger says, Guehi. Well, we're going to talk about that. Brian says, evening, can't wait for the new season. Been watching, it's boring. Watching the Scottish League, mind. I was going to the match on Saturday, but I'm staying well away. Well, Brian, I watched some of that game yesterday at Dundee United, and I don't know what the final score was. I just saw Dundee getting a penalty, and it was a nailed-on penalty as well, by the way. Good evening, everyone, says Julie. Good evening, Julie.
Well.
Good evening, Lawrence, as well. I hope you're well, too. On Guehi deal, I'm saying no until it's done, and he's in the black and white shirt because the clubs can still hijack the deal. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to talk about it anyway, Brian. Hi, says Pete WW. Hi to you, mate.
Pete.
I think no one's going to pay that much for Guehi, so I wouldn't worry about hijacking. Hope you're all right, says Joe Robinson. Absolutely fine, mate. Hope you're well too. Yes, I did put we will start in 2 minutes. Sorry for that delay. Julie says, won't believe it until his picture without Photoshop in a black and white shirt. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Liverpool. Okay, Tony, yeah. I think Mr. PD's fell asleep, says Joe Robinson. Liverpool pulled out they can't afford shit. No, well, I can't even afford Anthony Gordon. Tony's busy watching water polo, and Peter's busy on his poor Speedos.
Oh,
God. Oh, Brian. Yeah, well, we know. Pete's got his shirt correctly on now, so...
Yeah, I forgot it, so it replaced it for nothing. There you go.
He's no longer a Teletubby. JK says, good evening, everyone. Hope you're all well. Oi, lads and lasses, says Lee.
Well, Lee.
Good evening, Lee. I'll read Lee. People talking to each other there. Tom Lynch, evening, Tom. I hope you're well.
Hope you're well.
Ian Fleming's in the chat. Hope you're well too. Well, Ian.
Well, it's the Fleming. So they got off to a good start.
Yeah. Celtic won 4-0, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Greeting PD, says Martin.
Well, Martin.
Lee says, all right, hope the Cellar Cup doesn't get cancelled because of the riots. Again, we'll have to wait and see what happens on Saturday. Well, we would hope there'll be a statement put out well before then. I'm sure the club are discussing it with the police as well. So, plus not only that, you've got to have this sorted out because remember there'll be Girona fans will be coming over from Spain as well for the game. So, look, if anything
AC
happens,
Milan.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for the women. Hi, Tony and PD, says Ian Fleming. Yaba's in the chat. I'll read Yaba. Yeah, absolutely fine, mate. Joe says, evening, Tony and Pete. Good evening, Joe Robinson. JK, I've heard from reports that Marc Guehi deal is close, apparently.
We'll just wait and see.
Yeah. Your sexy mate, not with you tonight. He's still in Japan. I think he leaves there tomorrow. He leaves there tomorrow, but yeah. So he's big in Japan tonight. Not the song, by the way. Evening, Tony and Pete and everyone. How are you all keeping? Yeah, very well, Lee. Very well. Yeah, keep it football, not political, says Julie. Political comments will be deleted. Thank you very much, Julie. Yeah.
Keep an eye out, please.
Yeah, it's just, honestly, it's not me being a prude or anything like that. It's just the way laws are being tightened up. And I've seen on social media somebody being arrested for putting comments on Facebook. So you've got to be really careful. R.I.P. Graham Thorpe, absolutely. Not bad for a Monday, says Julie. Ian says, all right, lads and lasses.
Well, Ian.
Absolutely fine, mate. Hope you're well too. Happy Monday, says Andrew DB. Good afternoon. Evening, Andrew, I should say. Not afternoon. Can you guys pick 3 best things the Fat Cockney did for us? Oh, I'll tell you what, Yabba, I'm going to keep that starred. And
I've got 2 in me.
We'll come back to that.
I'm going to see 2 of them.
Yeah, we'll come back to that question a little bit later. 55, no age at all. Same age range as me, Billy, and a few others. Yeah, absolutely. It's no age at all, Julie. Mm-hmm. Only thing I want to say, Julie, is the kebab shops are grateful that our cabbage he didn't get the Jamaica chop. Yeah, they are. Funky Crack, evening tunes. Good evening to you, mate. Hope you're well. Tom says, Craggy, 2 fans on the Coke and Fanta mix. Hello, everyone. Hello to you, Jam Stasher. Decent right winger now, and it could be a very good yes, says Mac Debates. Absolutely, mate. I agree. No reggae sauce on the kebabs. I'll read Tony and Pete, lads. Hope you are both well. Yeah, absolutely fine, Ian. Hope you're well too, mate. Alan says, good evening, guys. Who are we close to signing? Well, we're going to talk about potentials that could be coming in. Thorpe was a great batsman. Tony won the best. And hi, Ian TT, says Ian Fleming. Absolutely, mate. He was a cracking player. Happy Civic holiday, you Canadians out there, says Jam Stasher. Today is a day where all Canadians celebrate Honda Civics everywhere. Oh, very nice. I used to have a Honda Civic. I wrote it off. Harry Joe, it's Quinny here. Tiger says, after Guy, please get Arda. Oh, well, I would love him. But apparently, I did discuss him yesterday, that we'd supposedly bid £67 million for him. And Real Madrid said, no, he's not for sale at any price. So that door got slammed in our face, apparently, by Real Madrid. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by that. Girona game is Friday, Brest on Saturday. All right, okay. I thought it was Saturday. For some reason, I was thinking Girona was Saturday, but it's not. Oh, well, that's okay then. We are favourites for the Champions League, Tony and PD, says Ian. Believe it with the new signs. They stood with a shit on the scarf. Oh, the shirt on and the scarf, yeah. I get what you mean, yeah. It's Meow, says Finn the Slender. Kurtzuma's not, yeah. Okay, I got 3. John is busy in Disneyland with Woody and Buzz Lightyear. And with Donald Duck. Three best things. Left, says Andrew. Paying season tickets installments. We are getting second place this season. Yeah, absolutely. Swap Bruno, they can F off. Absolutely. Gulat and Guehi, what a transfer window that would be. Absolutely fantastic, wouldn't it? If it would only happen. Peter McGardle says you'll have to show John the video of Chris taking him off. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. Yes, yeah. I hope John's probably seen it. No doubt we'll get John on at some point this week. But obviously, once he gets back, he's going to be jet lagged. So he's going to have a few days in bed, I think, to get himself caught up. We ain't going to be in the title race as Tiger Studios. You never know. Right. So there's a lot going on at the moment. Chris has done gallant as well, has he? Oh God. Right. Okay. So one deal we know is very, very close now to being signed, sealed, and delivered. Is this one, William Osula? We heard it from Romano today that all personal terms are now agreed, and it was just the fact that he was having a medical today. Now, look, there's still a lot of murmurs going on in the fan base about this signing. Let me talk some positives about this signing. I know people haven't got a lot of positives about them, and there's not a lot to be positive. But when I do explain these few positives, I hope people start to think about it and think, well, actually, no, this isn't going to be a bad signing after all. It's going to be a cracking signing. Well, it might be a cracking signing. It could turn out to be a masterstroke, by the way. So William Osula, a young striker who's not going to take up a Premier League place in the 25-man squad because he's under 21. Yes, we know he hasn't scored a Premier League goal for Sheffield United. Now, let's be honest. How often did Sheffield United attack teams last year? Not very often. They
very little, I can tell you that.
Backs to the wall.
It was good for Sheffield United. Apart from maybe a couple of players. There wasn't many in there.
No.
And that's why they finished bottom. And went down again.
Ollie McBurney. Yeah. I mean, Ollie McBurney is a good striker, but at Sheffield United looks poor because Sheffield United are a poor side, let's be honest. Look, if this is a Paul Mitchell signing, he's maybe saw something in this lad and thought, you know what, with the players we've got at Newcastle United, the service we can provide
time to bring young players
he could score. Absolutely, Pete.
And young players.
And what I'm saying about the positives to look at this is, right, he's costing 10 million quid plus 5 million in add-on, so it's 15 million. It's a low-risk signing. Wages won't be high, so he won't be on high wages. He's not going to be on like 100 grand a week. If he comes in and he's on the bench and he comes off and starts scoring goals and scores goals in the cup games, say he ends the season in all competitions scoring, say, 15 goals, the fee from 10 million could jump to 40, 50 million.
I'll do.
And, you know, this is the thing. Or if Isak was out for, say, a stint, say he was out for 3 months with an injury and the guy came in and just banged the goals in game after game, his price is going to go up. And we might have a player on our hands. Now, we've heard Darren Neils keep saying about player trading, and it, you know, if somebody come in next summer and said, this guy's played well, we'll give you 50 million or 60 million for him, you might be thinking, well, do you know what? We only paid 10, so let's cash in on him and go and get somebody else better. That's how it works in football. But look, there's lots to be positive about, but also it's the fact it's low risk. And if it doesn't work out, we would probably more than likely get our money back and send him on his way to somewhere else. That's the way to look at it. And look, once he gets training with Eddie Howe and he finds out how the system works, how we play this intensity game. Remember when Gordon came in, people weren't happy about Gordon coming in. He's not that great. Why are we paying all this money for Anthony Gordon? And last season, the best left winger in the Premier League, and I mean English left winger, who didn't hardly get a sniff at the Euros. In fact, only got 1 minute at the Euros. Now then, this lad, as I say, could be fantastic, or he could be absolutely diabolical. But let's give the lad a chance. Let's not throw him under the bus now. Give this guy a chance and see what he can do. If he doesn't do it, then fair enough. It's one of those, you put your hands up and say, sorry, it hasn't worked.
You know, you will get a bad signing.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt Target's the proof of that.
Yeah. One of them, at least one player's not going to come out good.
Yeah, absolutely. So the way I look at it is, let's give the guy a chance. I mean, your thoughts on him, Peter? I mean, look, it's not the glamour signing people want.
No, but I want to give the lad a chance. We need a striker. We know Wilson's made of glass. Unfortunately, he cannot stay fit, and that's why we've needed that extra body in that's going to come through the door very, very soon.
Yeah. Big up Tony and Peter and everyone. Good evening to you, Mick, as well, and to Sergeant Charles as well. Hi, guys, says Clarky. Hi to you, Clarky. That's a spirit. What country did you play for? Clarky said, I think this kid looks great with bags of potential. That's the thing he could have. You know, you've just got to give the kid a chance. Nobody knows. That's the thing. And look, if this kid had come from, say, we'd signed this kid from the Brazilian league, you know, what we would all be waxing lyrical. Oh, great, we've got look at a young Brazilian coming in. But it's a fact he's been in a poor Sheffield United team, and this is what I'm trying to say. Sheffield United have been really poor, and I don't want to put it. I don't want to disrespect Sheffield United in any way because I don't want to. Because it's unfortunate that team was crap last season. But the thing is, put him in a better team with better players, and I mean the likes of Bruno, Joe Linton, Anthony Gordon, Harvey Barnes, you know, Fabian Schär, who can ping balls over the top, Livramento, Lewis Hall. He's going to have bags more chances to score than what he would have at Sheffield United, because a lot of their games was playing the low block and trying to stop as many goals going in as possible. So just give the guy a chance. That's what I'm saying. More a winger attacker than a striker, I think, says Clarkey. Oliver, hi mate, hope you're well. Not seen you for a while. He says one striker in, one defender in. That's our business done. Miggy and Murphy Barnes can do a job on the right. Not so sure about Miggy still being there. This kid has pace. Eddie will make him a better player. Absolutely, Mark. Ian says I played Lancashire under 13s, under 15s, and Bolton Town team. I was not up to the level, so just played to a decent club level. Only retired as my knees are gone now, says Ian. Sheffield United were the worst team ever in the Premier League, conceded 4+ goals nearly every game. Yeah, well, they conceded 8 against us at Bramall Lane, didn't, and it should have been more. Miggy is first in on the morning, trains hard, and is massive in the dressing room. Please, fans, give him some loving, says Oliver. I think his time's done now, though. That's the thing. I think Osula will prove the doubters wrong, and I can see him score quite a lot if the chance is given. If we get a quality right winger, absolutely. Thunderstorms tonight, ETA midnight, keep safe everyone. Yeah, absolutely. We need a thunderstorm to clear the air, by the way, because it's far too bloody hot. Who's getting 15 goals? Osula? Well, you never know. I'm just saying, you never know. And as I say, if Isak has an injury and he's ruled out for a few months, he could come in and do the business.
He could well do.
He could even push Wilson down the pecking order to third place, to third choice.
Could well do. That's it.
Fans only see 90 minutes. Players work 6 days a week, and Miggy leads by example off the pitch. Pete, your show on Sunday is disgustingly bad. The language immaturity from Chippers and Co needs to stop. I don't know if he's just having a joke there or...
Right. What I'm going to say is that show I do is just a banter show. It's a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
And it's talking about football. Yes, there might be a couple of things that might go a bit thingy. And I always say, if the show's not for you, don't watch it. People like the show, what I do. They come in for a good laugh. It's a chance to get other people on the show as well. So again, if it's not for you, don't watch it.
Yep, that's it, Pete. But it's great because you have the food picks on and everybody loves it.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
You know,
Chipper's just having a bit of a rant just to get stuff off his chest.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a feature of your show now, Chipper Rant. If you took that out, you'd get complaints if you took that out, Pete.
Yeah, people have not. You know, everyone that loves the show tunes in, loves it. And I certainly will not be changing it anytime soon.
No. Bia says, evening people, Tony tried selling us Chiesa yet?
Chiesa is a no for me.
No. My dad, he's talking to Ian Fleming. Alan says, can I just say, well done to GB Olympics team, record breaking, yeah, can't ask for more, absolutely, they're doing really well, aren't they? It's a shame we can't have a Great Britain team in there, but we've got a football team, but we can't because we all play as separate nations. Guy, Osula and Buemo, perfect windows, says Clarkey. Darren says, hi Ian. And Paul, sorry PD, just subscribe, great show, lads. Cheers, Darren, thanks very much.
Cheers, Darren.
Mark the Celt, evening all, good evening to you, Mark, hope you're well. It looks like one of you, Andy and Fleming, by the way, it looks like one of your players on the way to Brighton, Matt O'Reilly. I would love him at Newcastle. What a player he is. Great signing for Brighton if they pull that off. Love to Chesley Street. Fleming, are you a member? He loves going to... I used to be a member at Durham Cricket Club, Ian, and I got to know quite a few of the Durham players there, like Sir Collingwood and Stokesy, and Harmison and all them. So I used to have some good banter with them. 15 million is a risk, but he could turn out to be a snip, absolutely. Got to give this guy a chance. Club has been good in the transfer market, absolutely. Well said, Pete, says Clarkey.
Says Clarkey.
Exactly, Pete, nobody's forced.
Yeah,
well said, Pete, absolutely. Everybody's backing you, Pete, yeah. Don't change it, Pete. It's a great show, especially the food picks.
Thanks,
absolutely.
Guys.
That's the thing is, the show's been going a long time, and look,
it's been good since 2021. I don't think it was about early 2022 when I started introducing the food picks, and they've just gone on from then.
No, it's great, Pete, and I think it's absolutely fantastic that these shows are done like that. You know, brilliant. I've got a super chat in from Alan. Thank you very much for your $4.99. Thank you, mate.
Well done, Alan.
Well said, Pete gives us a laugh. Pathetic PC. Well, yeah, absolutely it is these days. You know. Put a poll up, Tony, asking who reckons we should cancel Pete and Chippers for upsetting the Walk Brigade. Thing is, though, Ian, everybody loves the show, Ian. We know we do. I mean, I come on there on a Friday night.
You've been on. Everybody's been on. Billy.
John's been on.
Yeah, Billy's been on, and he gets the show raw.
I'll tell you now, if you took that show off, Pete, and you didn't do that show anymore, you would get a lot of people messaging you asking you
why have I taken it off.
Yeah,
exactly, simple as that.
It's PD show. You can do what he sees fit.
Absolutely.
Had bad mental health recently, Tony, and watching your channel brings some joy to me, dear. Nice one. Thank you very much indeed, Ryan. Thank you.
Hope you're okay,
it's his best
Ryan.
channel on YouTube. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. To be honest, 11-a-side football shouldn't be in the Olympics. It would be better replaced with futsal. Yeah. It's like you got golf in there as well. You know. Just been reading about your great uncle, right? Tattersall, Ian must be proud. It's rumored in the Middle East prisoners are being tortured, being forced to watch Galant videos.
Oh, Jesus.
Even everyone says David Knight, love the show, guys. Can't wait for the Salah weekend that coming up from Crew with a mate. Nice one, David. Probably a Plastic Man U fan. Oliver has just been a good crack, and Chip as is a my bitch. Mason says that's all of that negative. You can't get rid of Chip as there's no mental asylums left that will have him. No, absolutely not. I'm pretty woke and I still think it's class. Yes, it's silly, but we all need to be silly now and again. Absolutely. Do you know what? Life's too short to be fucking miserable. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, you know, what you know, it's proven it. Life is too short, you know. As I say, mentioned Graham Thorpe. He's passed away at the age of 55. Come on, life's too short to be miserable. You know, a lot of people out there are miserable, and I think, why? Come on, have a bit of, you know, have a bit of fun. It's a great laugh, Pete, and if they don't like it, then they can F off. Absolutely, Ian. Yes, Tony, I would have loved O'Reilly at the tune, absolutely. I love the food picks. Love the show. Food picks are fantastic and funny. Ignore the middle class snowflakes.
Just I keep saying, don't watch it then. Simple as that.
So, right. So Osula, I think we're pretty much going to be happy with that one. Look, just give the guy a chance. That's what I'm saying. Give the guy a chance. One thing I am going to say is I forgot to say at the beginning of the show, because obviously I talked about obviously not putting anything in the chat in regards to what's going on in England at the moment, and then also mentioned the passing of Graham Thorpe. But guys, don't forget, if you do like the show, please do smash the likes. It does help the channel up the search, so do follow Sean the Sheep there and smash those likes. And also, if you're brand new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. It is free to do so, and hitting the bell notification, that tells you when we're live, have a pre-record, or any upcoming shows. If you want to become a member, it's 99p. And if you want to make a donation, just chat, clicking on the $sign, all money reinvested back in the channel. This channel is stream shared, so if you want to share the love and give a like and subscribe on each channel, then you certainly can do with no problems whatsoever. Right. See, Sean the Sheep approves, says everybody loves this Sean the Sheep. That's why I put him on there, you see. I put him on there just for a laugh, and then everybody likes it now, and they're like, yeah, we love it. Time out for 86,000 seconds. So we know about that anyway, about Osula at the moment. We know that one's very, very close. We've not got any official confirmation from Newcastle United yet, although the players did arrive back in Newcastle at 8:45 last night, so their plane was 20 minutes late arriving in. But at least they got back safely, and that's all you can ask for. Mm-hmm. Right, okay, so we saw a story coming out tonight from the Telegraph, and it's obviously got Luke Edwards tagged in on it as well. And it's about this guy there, Marc Guehi. Now, that's how you pronounce his name, apparently, Marc Guehi. So, he is dual nationality, because he was born in the Ivory Coast, or the Côte d'Ivoire. And obviously, because he's lived in England, he's classed as English as well, so that's why he plays for England. So we saw come up tonight, and we are close to saying, according to the Telegraph, and I'll just say this, take this with a pinch of salt. It's not gospel, because how do we know? As we've seen with transfers before, we can be in the running for a player, and then all of a sudden we can be outbid and outdone. But they are saying exclusive is Newcastle close to signing Marc Guehi from Crystal Palace in a £60 million deal at Luke Edwards' Telegraph. Now then, if it's 60 million quid, that's a good deal. Now, yes, okay, a lot of people say before the Euros, he was only 30 to 35 million pre-Euros. His money's probably gone up because he had a good Euros, which he did do. But look, Marc Guehi and he's experienced in the Premier League, let's not forget as well. So you're bringing in a defender that knows the Premier League. It's not like you're bringing in a defender from abroad and you're hoping he gets into grips with the Premier League. This guy is Premier League ready already. So I think this will be a cracking deal if we get this done. This will be a statement signing, let's be honest. We need a right-sided centre-back, because eventually Cher will be retiring, and obviously we're going back to his first club that he played for, because he's going back there as a director. He's already got the job there. They're just waiting for him to retire. And look, Cher's getting no younger, so we do need a replacement. And if we've got Guehi and Botman at the back, along with Hall and Livramento, we've got a young back four there, but that young back four is going to be there for the next 10 years, and it's going to develop over that 10 years. You look back at Arsenal, do you remember when Arsenal had Dixon, Adams, Bold, Winterburn? That back four was together for a long, long time, and what a solid back four they really were. So, look, that's how we're going down that road. I mean, Pete, what's your thoughts on that? £60 million for Guehi? I think that's probably the right fee.
Yeah, I would say so. Well, it's come out that apparently one bid's been knocked back, but it looks like we're definitely going to go back in with a much higher bid as well. So it looks like this one could well be happening by the looks of it. He said it looks like the guy wants the move. I think Gordon's probably convinced him.
Yeah. Yeah, I do as well, because I mean, we heard how Gordon spoke about him at the Euros and said you'd love him in the Newcastle team. So, you know, who knows? It could be. It could well be. And I think it'll be a cracking signing. I really do think it'll be a cracking signing. You know, I mean, look, we know what he brings. We know how good he is defensively. And look, if we do get him, and I say if, because I'm just saying if, because it's not definite the minute we're getting him. You know, something could go wrong and somebody could come in and take him off us. But look, the way I look at it is, if we do get him, then that will be a fantastic sign, in my opinion. I mean, I'm looking at his injury history as well, just to see what his history's like on injuries, because you always like to see what the injuries list is like. And guess what? He's only had 2 injuries. So he had a groin injury in 2021, which kept him out for 10 days when he was on loan at Swansea. And he had this year, from February the 3rd to May the 1st, 88 days out with a knee problem. And that is it. That's all he's had in his entire career so far. So look, you know, he come up through the ranks of Chelsea.
Yep.
And then he went off to Swansea. Then he went off to Palace for 23 million. But look, injury record is spot on as well. I'm well happy with that. And if he comes in, I'll be well happy with that signing, Pete.
Oh, he'd be cracking, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Love this kid through the door. Really, really would. Top centre back. And no wonder we're in for him as well, which is what we need to strengthen, because we need younger players in there now. So let's get
Tom
this one.
says slightly wary. It's Luke Edwards reporting as well. Yeah, it is slightly wary, but let's hope. Ian's got it. He can't play cricket anymore. I played cricket and football together. Dave says just got to wait till the club announce the transfers. Absolutely, Dave. All we are doing, Dave, look, we're not in the nose here. Mm-hmm. We are only reporting what's in the media, and we look at the strengths and weaknesses and whether these players will fit in the club. We're not saying that they're definitely signing. We don't do that. We wouldn't lead anybody up the garden path.
No.
We are not like some certain ITKs who are on Twitter, you know, who've been on a channel tonight thinking they know everything, you know, when they know nothing. So, you know, we don't claim to be ITKs. We just look at these players when they're linked, and that's all we do.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He kind of block you in here, Mod. We were close signing Umbrella before Tonali was announced. Yeah, absolutely, Joe.
That was it, yep.
Remember that. Who's the melt twisting about PD Shaw? Grow up. It's all about having a laugh. If you want to be miserable, go and watch some videos.
I think Mason's got rid of
him. Lee says, Thomas Senior run out with Greg's yesterday with 17 sausage rolls and 12 cheese pasties. Is this an Andy Pandy signing? Not as far as I know. I think Osula is a Mitchell signing. Remember, Mitchell's got an eye for talent. Shares a proper banker. He is an actual banker. Yes, he is. But he's going to be a director at the club.
Mm-hmm.
David says, top priority does have to be right winger, though. Hopefully, a few outgoings should help towards funding that. Yeah, definitely.
Should be, yeah, absolutely.
Once Botman's back, we have back four, potentially the best in the league. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly what I was saying before. When, as I said, if you look at that Arsenal defence that George Graham had, when he had Dixon as a right back, Winterburn at left back, and the centre backs of Baldwin Adams, that was it. That partnership was there for a long time.
It was.
Do the Mouts have scooters? When Sinclair back, and he'd ask him if he's interested in buying some Dalmatians. He leaves tomorrow, I think. I think he does. Anyway, I think so. Just read on he's planning on going to the Salah Cup games. Yeah, he is, John. Yeah, absolutely. The C was great in Euros, but we played nobody and still conceding every game. Well, yeah, I mean, look, Lee, Southgate didn't cover himself in glory.
No, he didn't.
So it wasn't down to the players, it was down to that
The
as
manager.
well. So, yeah. People see a right wing as our biggest priority, but we were brilliant going forward last season. Our defence let us down, but I would like to see a new quality right winger and Buemo.
Still needed that
never know.
position sorted.
Yeah. We're going to talk about right wingers because, look, we have got, what we do know is, and again, this was rumoured, but what we do know is Paul Mitchell left Japan. I think it was Friday he left there.
Yes, apparently so.
To go to Turkey to watch.
Yeah, that's what I read about as well.
And here is that player, and that is Yilmaz. Now, I saw this lad in the Euros, and I thought this lad had electric pace. He looked really good. For me, to give his full name, it's Baris Alper Yilmaz. That's his name. That is his full name. Yeah, look, I mean, he's got a contract of 2027. He's 24 years of age, right-footed. He can play left wing or right wing. Now for Galatasaray, he seems to play more left wing, so he's using it as an inverted winger. But we've got Gordon on the left, so I would imagine we'll use him as a right winger. And look, I like this lad. I really do like this lad. I think he's got something about him. I mean, last season in the Turkish league, he started 28 out of 37 games. Bearing in mind, this lad didn't get in the team until December last year. He scored 6 goals and got 6 assists as well. So he's no mug. And he got 8 yellow cards all season. I mean, Yilmaz for me, I like the lad, and I think even if his price is only 18 million quid, I still think that is a hell of a bargain for a right winger of that quality that he's got, and he can only get better.
That's it.
I mean, what's your thoughts on him, Pete?
I think he's a pretty good player.
Did you see much of him in the Euros, Pete?
I did see a bit of him. I thought he did very well.
Yeah. I mean, the lad's not a bad player, let's be honest. And I'm going to have a look at what his injury history is because, we're wingers, and that you like to know what that history is like. We know what Chiesa's injury record is like. It's like a book, isn't it, basically? But I'll get to his injury record in a minute. But I mean, like I say, he's coming through Galatasaray. His last contract extension was May last year. So he signed his new deal last year. Obviously, they've got interested clubs as Liverpool as well, but he can play as a centre forward as well. So you've got 3 positions there that he can technically play, which isn't bad at all. His agent that he's got is TM Agency, so I don't know who they've got on their books. I'm going to have a look now and see who's on their books. And he's their biggest asset on their books. Because you've got other players on there which are he's at 20 million euros, and you got other one the next one down 650k. So obviously he's their highest value player on their books. So there's players on there that I've not even heard of in that agency. So I mean, Pete, 18 million quid. Would you be happy with that?
That's bargain. Why not? It's a bargain, that.
It is, isn't it? Absolute
Absolutely
bargain.
Just need to announce that Yaba has gifted 5 memberships, and then he's just gifted another 5 after that. So KK Chia, Mick J, Football Power Hour, Pac-Man Dave Jones Gaming, Dominic Townsend have been gifted memberships, as well as Mama Flossie, Matt Fletcher, Stephen Brown, and the Crazy Irishman, and the Cyber Leader West WHUFC has been gifted a membership by Yabba as well.
Excellent. Well done, Yabba. Well done, mate. So yeah, so Barris Yelpa Yilmaz, Alpa Yilmaz, his injury record is absolutely brilliant. So, are you ready for his injury record?
Go on.
And that what the only injury he had was 21-22 season.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a metacarpal fracture, which kept him out for 20 days and he missed 5 games. In other words, a finger injury. That is it. No other injuries. So he's had no knee damage or anything like that whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the guy's 24 now, and that's the only injury he's had, and that was to do with his finger. So he must have had a fractured finger or a broken finger.
Yeah, absolutely.
So with that, absolutely, we got to be all over this, Pete. We got to be all over this.
Certainly have to be. I would take him definitely. We need that position sorted. I don't want to go on the season with just Miggy and Murphy. Well, I don't want to see Miggy in the side at all. Simple as that. Yabba has gifted another 5.
Oh, so, well done, Yabba.
Chris Irving, Andy Ford, Toon Review, Davey Pat, and Longhead Yeti's Cave.
Oh, nice one, mate. Nice one. I'll go through some comments. Nell says, evening, good evening to you, Nell. Hope you're well, mate. Peter says, Chelsea will receive a 20% sell-on fee on Guehi, so the price might be higher.
Yeah, Chelsea are going to get 20%. Well, we'll see.
We know Palace are after Lacrosse, so maybe that's why they're going to sell him. FTO James says, what's your thoughts on the potential cancellation of Salah Cup Day 2 due to Pro? We don't know what's happening, mate, yet, so I'm sure the club will come out and let everybody know what's happening. But look, they'll probably be talking to the police. Hopefully, let's hope it's a peaceful protest, and that is it. But, we shall wait and see. We're not going to speculate because we don't know. But wait till you see any official announcements come out from the club. That's all I'm going to say to you. That's the best way to do it. We know Newcastle United supporters just are talking to the club as well. So we'll just wait and see what happens. Yeah. Yep. What a statement of intent by the club. What a sign of commitment and project here from PIF. Do you know what it is, right? That is very good what you've just put in the comments there. And do you know what it is? It's laughable what people have been doing, because over the past few weeks, I've seen people, especially when we were going for Osula, not really happy with him. That's like a signing from the Fat Cockney era. Where's the ambition from our owners? Are our owners really bothered about Newcastle? Are they trying to find another club elsewhere? And it's like, do you know what? If you don't like it, go elsewhere. Go and support Man U if you want to. Take your arse elsewhere. Because at the end of the day, we may have been quiet in this window, but now the window might be starting to wake up. Plus, remember,
could well be.
A lot of players have been on holiday still because of the Euros. And there are still a lot of players playing in the Olympics as well for their football teams. So there might be players we're looking at in the Olympics, like we're looking at a right back who's playing in the Olympics for Spain, which I spoke about the other week. Now, look, what I'm saying is, people need to be patient. Deals can't just happen just like that.
They can't.
And if people put their heads on, we can't just go out and go, boom, let's go and buy that player. Now, yes, okay, we might have more money to spend than people actually think we do. And if we have, happy days, because this is where we might just go out there and just surprise everybody, go out there and go bang, bang, bang. There's a few players through the door and you'll be like, wow, all of a sudden, we've just brought players in. So just wait and see. But don't get impatient with the owners, because at the end of the day, transfers are not easy to get done. They can be very difficult and very hard. If we have the same amount for a right winger as in 55 million, I don't mind signing. But if that's not the case, then we should get Chow a similar standard for half the price as Niall. I think if we sign Guehi, that puts the Chow rumours away to bed now. Yeah, I see where you come from on that one. We may have more money though, Niall. That's the thing. We may. Let's hope he wants the tune. Gordon may have been talking to him in Germany. Was Alan? It didn't Gordon see would love him in the starting lineup. So just shows you. No politics in here. Thank you very much, Yaba. The IT case should be called the Narnouts. Absolutely. Well, we know Casey's the biggest one. I've got an eye for talent. I tell my missus about her sister all the time. Jesus, yeah. FTO James, what's your thoughts on? Oh yeah, we saw that one. I think that must have been repeated. Craig says Geese and Weatherspoons with Tonali eating spaghetti and drinking Moretti. I think you'll find Tonali's probably in bed asleep trying to catch up after the flight back. Soap NFC, hi Soap, hope you're well. Evening, gentlemen in chat. How's everyone? Thoughts on Guehi? Sorry if discussed, just joined. No, absolutely. Yeah. No, I think it's a cracking signing if he comes in. If we sign him, I think it's a statement signing, Soap. And, I think a lot of people are going to sit back and look at us and think, wow, hang on, we've just strengthened our defence tenfold. So, yeah, I think it's a cracking signing.
Absolutely.
Bargain. Ian says, all I've read about this week is right wingers. Can't we talk about football? Yeah, we are. Sergeant Charles says, people need to stop taking the payout of John and walk with him to the ground. Yeah, absolutely. Well said, mate. Craig says, Ian, got to look after the pennies. You've got a mob bookie. Joe says, also read Mitchell was seen having dinner with his agent after the game had finished. I'm not sure if true. Yeah, maybe. Look, he came on as a sub. I mean, obviously they got beat 5-0 on Saturday, but look, not his fault that they lost 5-0. But yeah, again, we'll just wait and see it. We'll see if anything comes of it. Tony don't want politics in the show. No, it's not just the fact of that though, yeah, but it's a fact is, I suppose everything on social media is scrutinized at the moment. And I just don't want the channel getting closed down or police knocking at my door because of the, and we've seen it happening. Not for me, but obviously people on social media having the men in the blue uniform knocking at that door for comments they're putting on Facebook, which is fairly innocent on some of them. Yilmaz has poor decision making. He's linked with everyone, agent pushing a move, not for me, says Craig.
Fair enough.
Guy and then Wenmo, I think, would be perfect, said Soph, yeah. Maybe didn't realise. We want a lefty, says Craig. We've got lefties. He's a middle table signing at Palace or West Ham. He's hard working, running up and down the wing, helping the defence and bombing forwards. Has an eye for goal. He certainly does, Joe, doesn't he? Gears has 26. His knees are 36, says Ian McKenna. Absolutely. Blenchy says, evening. Good evening to you, Blenchy. Hope you're well. Peter says, if Yilmaz comes in, he wouldn't be in anyhow ready for the same as Gordon, so probably won't start straight away. No, it'll be like, do you remember when Bruno came in? He didn't start straight away.
Mm-hmm.
He was brought on for like 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yep.
To build him up in the Premier League. So, yeah, that'll be the same with him.
That's it.
Soph says, think we'll spend 150 million max this summer and look to move people on for them the rest of the season. Yeah, apparently we are still trying to move Wilson on, apparently. So, again, we know he's back in training. So, hopefully, we can. That's what the club are trying to do, move Wilson on. So, maybe they got something else up their sleeve.
Exactly.
Yabba, you're amazing, absolutely. Shit, well, that says Clarky. Hi, Mary. Hope you're well. Mary Queen of Hearts in as well. Clarky's gifted a membership on your channel as well, Pete.
Cheers, Clarky.
Nice one, Clarky. I'm not getting outdone. It's hardly a protest. It's just, yeah, but we can't have. I don't want us to really discuss it, Ian, on the show, mate. Sorry. So we know Anthony Gordon's going to have talks this week with the owners, but hopefully that's a new contract. We'll never announce how much we have, because if we do, then a £10 million player becomes 75 million. I've said this for a long time, Joe, and I've said this on a lot of shows, that at the end of the day, no clubs, if you look at any of the 92 clubs in the Premier League and the AFL, they will not announce how much they have to spend. They do not announce their budgets for that reason. It's like, say, Wrexham, who are now in League One. Can you imagine if they say, oh, by the way, we can go out and spend £80 million, or say they can go out and spend £30 million in this transfer window, and they go knocking for, say, a striker from a top League One team, and the League One team will think,
yep,
oh, well, they've got £30 million to spend. Oh, I'll tell you what, this £2 million player now will cost you 15 million quid. They're not going to do it. No clubs do it. And why would you put yourself in that position? Thank you very much, Ian. He's gifted 5 Black and White TV memberships. Thank you very much indeed, Ian. Very kind of you, mate. And those memberships have gone to Jam Stasher, Tangi, Scott O'Brien, Hell Fox, and Soph NUFC as well. And God, trying to catch up with these. And also, thank you to Julie J as well. She's gifted a Black and White membership.
Nice one, Julie.
As well. Thank you very much indeed, Julie. And that's gone to Craig Graham. So thank you very much indeed there, Julie, for your generosity. Chip has a football is to bring people together. Absolutely, Bia. Well said, mate. Well said. Jonathan says, hi, Tony and Peter. Will Gordon be playing this weekend? Yeah, he should. Well, hopefully he should be, because he should be back now. Yeah.
Should be.
Yeah.
Should be starting to get back. A lot of players
he is back. Yeah, he is a Santa Claus. Yes, he is, because he never plays at Christmas, does he? That's because he's too busy delivering presents around the world.
Yeah.
If you look at his injury history, Pete, he never plays at Christmas. That's because he's Santa Claus. He gets the red suit and the white beard on. Good evening, lads. How are you? Says Christine. Good evening, mate. We're absolutely fine. Chris. Hope you're well too. Almiron's the only left-footed forward. We have Gordon, Barnes, Isak, Wilson, Osula, Murphy or right-footed. Zero balance if Mickey leaves. I didn't mean to be political, but just that. No, that's fine. No problem at all, mate. No, don't you worry. You're fine. Nell says, remember, we only paid 38 million for Botman. Yeah. You kind of have to admit there is a protest plan on the day of the game. Yeah, there is, absolutely. We've seen it, yeah. Not that Almiron offers you much, if you get my drift. Hi, Hells. Hope you're well, mate.
Well.
Simon says Murphy can use both feet. See left-footed goal versus Reds Urawa. Yeah. Although Murphy on Saturday was poor for that second goal because he was trying to shepherd the ball out, and he should have just booted it out.
And these Miggy lovers again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Miggy was absolutely abysmal as well. And
what Murphy done reminded me back of 2002 with Beckham, when Beckham was pissing about on the touchline, and instead of putting the ball out into Rose for a throw-in, set to piss about, which meant Rivaldo went through and scored the equaliser against England. And then we saw Ronaldinho's goal in the second half. But look, thing is, that's what happens when you mess about. It can cause a goal, and that's what Murphy done. Next time, hopefully Murphy will realise, instead of trying to be clever and shepherding it out, just boot it out. Put it out for a corner, doesn't matter. They might not score from the corner. If they do score from the corner, okay, it's sod's law. But if they don't, you've got more chance to defend the corner than you have of, defending the goal like that. And it was a poor goal to concede, let's be honest. Apparently Newcastle are looking at Brajan Gruda. Bidding more. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Now, another player that's come up on a link today that I saw earlier on. And look, I like this player. And I think he would be he'd be a good player for us. And there he is. Noni Madueke, plays for Chelsea. Didn't get, I don't think he got a fair ride at Chelsea, if I'm honest. Don't know what he played last. I know he's got a contract that runs for another 6 years yet. But last season, he started 13 out of 23 games. He scored 5 goals and got 2 assists. This lad is only 22 years of age, English, left-footed, but he plays as a right winger. He's passing on his strength. He's got no weaknesses. He's rated around 30 million quid. For me, Madueke, if we are in for him, I would absolutely take him. Absolutely. I think he's a terrific player. I think he's he's a good talent. You know, he doesn't play in Holland for no reason. Then he gets snapped up by Chelsea. I think when I've seen him play for Chelsea, he looks all right. I wouldn't mind him in Newcastle's team. And again, he's young enough. And if you've got him in Yilmaz, so say you get him in Yilmaz, that's 2 right wingers for under 50 million quid you've brought into the club. And because he's just got that little bit more Premier League experience, that means you can leave Yilmaz as a bench player and stop and bring him on for games. Your thoughts, Pete? Noni Madueke?
Yeah, good player, really good player. Yes, I'd take him. I think he's really good.
Yeah, absolutely is. And I just saw that link come up today somewhere. I can't remember where I saw it now, but I did see it, and I thought, yeah, because there's been a lot of links with him anyway, hasn't there? You know, we've been linked with him quite a lot during this window. Yeah. But for me, without a doubt, I would absolutely take him. He's a cracking player. He really is. And he is a massive upgrade on Miggy Almiron, let's be honest. See, if you bought him for 30 million, Pete, and you sold Almiron, say, for 20, 25 million at the most, you know, the net outlay is not really that much on him, is it?
That's it.
I'm just going to have a look at his injury history, although his injury history is 1 page. The most he's had out is 81 days, and that was from July the 28th, 22 to October the 27th, to October the 17th. And he had 81 days out with an ankle injury, and he missed 21 games. But at Chelsea, he's only had, he's missed 5 games in total. He had a muscle injury and then an unknown injury as well. But he's had a lot of muscle injuries. But there again, a young lad, you know. The most he's had out the muscle injury was 60 days when he was at PSV. And he missed 9 games. But that was back in 21-22 season. That was the last time he had a muscle injury, and then he got one at Chelsea last season. So, to me, that's not a bad injury record, really, to be fair. And muscle injuries can be anything. But for me, I would absolutely have him. I don't know what people think in the chat. Madueke, would you take him as well? Would you have him and Yilmaz? What do you think about that? Having both of them in the team. Maybe not both starting at the same time, but at least if you've got one on the bench, at least you know you've got somebody on the bench who's capable of coming off and helping change a game as well. If Yilmaz might be your impact sub. Like I said with Harvey Barnes, I know he had that injury last year. But when Harvey Barnes came off the bench, I thought he looked better as an impact sub than he does from starting. You know, people might say, oh, hang on a minute, Harvey Barnes is a great player. But look when he came off the bench against West Ham, how he changed that game. Scored 2 goals and we won that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. He could be a good impact player. And Yilmaz could be that impact player on the right-hand side. Who knows? Clarkie's gifted a black and white membership. Thank you very much indeed, Clarkie. for that. And Darren Malcolm was gifted that membership courtesy of Clarkey.
Nice one, Clarky.
Cheers for the gift. Beat that Yava, says Clarkey. He's setting a challenge now, is he? Murphy's been with the club 7 years, never performed against any big side, so many wasteful low XG shots. Sat his first mistake, led to his second goal. Yeah, it was, absolutely. Is Mickey a championship player now, says Yaba?
Feels like it, doesn't it?
Well, I've always said about Miggy, I think he'd do well in Spain or Portugal. That would suit Miggy's game. It really
Just
would.
not in the Premier League now, unfortunately.
The Ruffiad Bernician says a 50 million fee on Gruda. Do you know what it is? I'm going to have a look at him because I don't, not a player I've really come across. Oh, he's 20-year-old. Oh, I think I have come across this one. I think I've seen this. High pressing and playmaking. His strength is an attacking midfielder. 19 out of 28 games he started last season, got 4 goals and 3 assists. And he's only 20 years of age. But if they put a 50 million fee on, I can't see that happening. No to Noni says, Niall, he doesn't want Madueke. He has the Maxi vibe about him, says Julie.
I don't think he's a bad player at all.
Yeah. Nell says, I'd rather Sanusi. Yeah, well, I mean, look, I thought Sanusi played well on Saturday. He done more in the 20 minutes he was on the pitch, the half an hour he was on the pitch, rather, than what Almiron done on all the game.
Yep.
He kept getting fouled because the Japanese were frightened of him. I'm sure they were.
Yeah, I could presume so.
And I think he'll be around the first team next season. Chelsea would want 50 million. I think they paid 38 million, so definitely a profit.
Yep.
Sophie says, actually been fantastic signings. Can't wait for the games to start. Leeds, Miggy, 25 million. Would he pass Eddie's no dickhead policy, though? I'm sure he would. You know, but the way Chelsea go through players, it's not the club you want to be going to. It's encouraging that the first thing Mitchell mentioned was the lasses. Yeah, absolutely. Murphy against Spurs, yeah. Take Madueke all day, says Ricardo Voss. Big future, absolutely. Jonathan says, Tony and Peter, hope Gordon does not go to Liverpool and hope NUSC does not get Joe Gomez. Kate and Jonathan, look, the thing is, I think we'll tie Gordon down to a new deal. The owners will make sure.
And I'm not seeing any links to us with Joe Gomez at all.
No. And Bremo Kubo or Kulusevski would be there. I would look for a right winger. I like Kulusevski as well. He's not a bad player. Chelsea saying Madueke for 29 million. Doubt they'd want the same fee in return. You never know, Simon. Depends. They've got to get rid of some players. They can't keep all these players. Thank you to Clark. He's been a member of the channel for 11 months. Thank you very much, Clarky.
This one, Clarky.
Ruffiad says, question, Gonzalez, Marlin or Madueke, all around 30 to 35 million. Who would you buy?
See, Gonzalez is a crooked player.
He is. But that Marlin's a good player as well. He's fast. In the Euros, he was... Against us, he wasn't that great. I must admit, against England, he wasn't that great. I was thinking, oh, God, when they started him, I thought, well, I'm not sure about this. You know, I'm a bit worried about this, but he was nothing special. So, look, yes, he's got pace, Marlin, but Gonzalez, I would think, yeah, if you're going to get that sort of price, then yeah, because we're led to believe that Gonzalez was having talks with Fiorentina today to ask to leave. So we'll keep an eye on that one. People throwing each other there. I'd buy Marlin, if not then Gonzalez. Yeah, absolutely. Don't tempt me, says Yamba. Send Miggy back to Atlanta, the MLS. They loved him when he went to the USA last season. Yeah, they did.
Yep.
But they couldn't. I don't think they would have the money to buy him, though. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yaba's been a member of Pete's channel now for 18 months. Well done, Yaba.
Nice one, Yaba. Well done.
I don't like Madueke from that penalty incident where they were all arguing over it. Very childish, says Bia. Again, it depends. I've seen Madueke play live for England under 21s, and he looked brilliant that day when he came on for England. Doesn't affect PSR, so easier to get players in. Clocky said, I love channel hopping between the shows. I mean, not countries. Sanusi shirt sales would help. Yeah, it wouldn't adjust. Number 75, Sanusi there. Or do you call him Zanussi, the appliance of science? Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah, he was good. I liked him when he came on. First, Spurs fans are desperate to see the back of Kulu. Oh,
okay.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised at that. Really surprised. Ian's been a member of Pete's channel for 8 months now. Well done, Ian.
Nice one, Ian. Cheers.
Seeing the club have said that anyone causing trouble on Saturday will have their season tickets removed. And rightly so. Rightly so.
Absolutely.
Jonathan says, Tony and Peter, who would anyone see playing goal this weekend? Would they give John Ruddy a game? I think for the Salah Cup game, I think we will play probably Nick Pope in goal.
Pope will play in one of the games. It's going to be, and I think
Vlachodimos
might play in one of the other ones.
Or Shakadimos and the Pliers.
I don't think it's very Vlachodimos is okay so far from what I've been seeing.
Yeah. Soph says, would people be happy with Guehi as a statement saying than a cheaper right winger? Yeah, as long as it was a right winger that was going to improve us, then yeah. Biassi, my friends are Wolves supporters. He's telling me that we are in for Neto along with Spurs. I've not seen anything on us for Neto. But again, you never know. You never know. But I'm not sure. It's these hamstrings I'm not sure about. Are you, Pete?
The people said they like cheese strings.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Again, another one who's just who picks up hamstring injuries as well.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Just like I'm in 3 o'clock. If Neto didn't have the injury worries, he'd be at Liverpool or City already. Yeah, I do think that as well. Absolutely. And I'm going to bring up another right winger who I saw a link with tonight as well, which we've been linked with them a few times, but then the link's sort of gone really quiet. And then tonight, it was probably Football Insider or something, so it was probably a load of crap anyway. But anyway, this guy's come back to the fore again. Raphinha. I mean, look, he was great at Leeds. I think he's done okay for Barcelona. I don't really watch a lot of Spanish football, if I'm honest. But if I was to look at his stats last season in La Liga, he started 17 out of 28 games. He got 6 goals and 9 assists. So actually, he didn't do too bad. I mean, in the Copa America, we got a 7.8 for Brazil against Colombia. Just have a look at his stats in that game, see what he done. He played 90 minutes. He scored 1 goal. Didn't get any assists, had 54 touches. His accurate passing was 77%, 24 out of 31 were accurate. 1 key pass. He didn't get any crosses in. 2 long balls out of 3 were accurate. 1 shot on target, 1 off target. 3 out of 5 dribble attempts were successful. He won 7 out of 11 ground duels, and he won his aerial duel as well. So yeah, I mean, look, he's not a bad player, Raphinha, let's be honest. Would you take him, Pete? But it depends. But his wages are high. That's the only problem.
That's the only thing. I'm not sure. I don't think we pay the wages, so
I think you'll end up with Saudi, if I'm honest.
Probably will. I'm going to say no because of the wages.
Yeah, absolutely. What's going to happen to Martin Dubravka? Well, hopefully we're selling him.
Hopefully he goes.
Drake says I would be happy with Guehi and Alanga or similar. Do you know what? I would take Alanga. I've seen a lot of fans saying, "Oh, we don't want him. We don't want him. Why do we want him? He's crap."
Look how he ripped down the new one.
He did. That was because that was clever management from Nuno Espirito Santo. I asked Bunce if he could fix Neto. Still hasn't replied, says Craig. Neto's a level up on the rest, but the hammies, kids made of balsa, absolutely. James says, I have tickets for the games on Saturday. Don't know about going, as it could be a safety concern. What do you guys think? As I've said, James, look, see what the club come up with. They'll be talking to the police about this. And look, if they think there's a matter of that, it's not going to be right, then the club will put out a statement, no doubt. And no doubt you'll get a refund on your ticket if the game has to be called off.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, look, the worst case scenario could be that they don't play the game. Well, that they'll don't play the game with the fans there and they go, say, to the training ground and play it behind closed doors, maybe, so that team's not losing out coming over and having a game. Not the best scenario, but that's probably what it could be. But again, we don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. No doubt the club will put statements out this week, so just keep an eye out on Twitter, on the club website, and just keep an eye out for any official confirmation. That's all I can say to you. That's the best advice I can give you, James, unfortunately. Ian says, I can guarantee you if us idiots on YouTube can see the need for a top quality centre back and right wing, they will too.
Yep.
I mean, the thing is, I know people have said like Osula is it televised? It's on NUFC TV, people say, they've looked at Osula on YouTube and it looks great. Right. Let me just say, YouTube, a player can look fantastic on YouTube because they pick out the best highlights. We've been there. We've done that as a club. Remember Nacho Gonzalez? When Dennis Wise, the Poison Dwarf, looked at him for a 3-minute YouTube clip and said, whoa, we need to get this player. What a hell of a player he is. And he did zilch. He was absolutely useless. And look, not the guy's fault, not the player's fault. That was the fault of our club. Again, it was the way the club was run, and that was one of the straws that brought the camel's back, that made Keegan leave, because they brought him in, brought Cisco in, and Keegan didn't want them players. Gonzalez was never going to be up to the scratch of the Premier League. I believe he's still playing football to this day. He's a 38-year-old now or whatever. But yeah, he wasn't great when he came to us, and but not the lad's fault. Not the lad's fault.
It was just...
Well, that's why I'm just saying, look, always be cautious when you watch a player on YouTube, because they may look great on YouTube, but then they may come to Newcastle, they may come to the club and not look great at all, and then you think, shit.
That's it.
That's not how you looked on YouTube.
Nope, certainly isn't.
Craig says, not sure Raphinha has the personality for us. No, absolutely not. I don't know. I think his wages will be too much as well.
Certainly will be.
We'll get Fraser to do the Gardens now that Ashworth, the snake's gone. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, look, why doesn't he just take a pay cut and go to Southampton? I know you can't force a player to take a pay cut, but look, come on. If he wants to play football...
You're going to get it, yeah. Yeah,
exactly. But then again, actually, she'll not just tell him that he can't go to Southampton until they've played us, because you know what will happen. You'll go and play for Southampton, and you're guaranteed, Pete, he'll score against us.
Oh.
And he wouldn't think twice of not celebrating.
He
would celebrate. He would celebrate it.
He certainly would.
It rolls on every year, but it's a 3-year period. See, again, 105 million over 3 years. I think it needs to be upped because of inflation.
Mm-hmm.
I like Kudus. Yeah, I do as well.
Yeah,
Lawrence is only going on Friday. We'll be a non-league game on Saturday.
Oh,
We'll be a non-league game on Saturday. Right, I'll tell you what. We're going to go back to that comment we got from, I think it was from Yaba.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was. So look, Yaba asked us a question. Can you guys, and join in on the chat as well, so you get involved in the chat. So can anybody pick, and I won't mention the man's name because I do not like mention his name. So can you guys pick 3 best things that the Fat Cockney did for us? Right. Tell you what, Pete, I'll let you go first for your 3.
I'm thinking I suppose he paid off the debts at the club. Rafa Benitez. And when the takeover happened, good riddance. See you later.
Yeah. I'll go along with that. I'll go along with that. That was just a comment there. I was going to, there. Sergeant Charles says, night, ladies and gentlemen, off to Betty Buys. Night, mate. And thanks for coming on, mate. So that's your 3. We know Andrew DB got his 3 and saying left the club. Well, that's a great 3, Andrew. May 3. Oh, God. So many of them. I'm going to say left the club free of debt, which is one good thing.
Yep.
We had no debts. Keeping Chris Hughton on as a manager when he was a coach, and we had no manager for the championship season starting, and we come straight back up and didn't lose a home game that season. We were unbeaten at home all season. Yep. So I'm going to say that one. But then I want to say Benitez as well because I thought Benitez did well. But I'm going to say Hughton because I thought Hughton did well for us. And I think he was unfortunate. The only blemish, that's one blemish, that he was sacked. He should never have been sacked when he was. So I'm going to say Hughton for getting us up. And then obviously selling the club and going because that was the best thing that he ever did. Left the club.
Yes.
Good riddance to bad rubbish, as I say. 3. I could think of more, but there's more that I could think of. But yeah, I think that's about it. I could say worse things about him as well. I mean, look,
too many to name from.
There's too many. Like, probably the worst one ever was the fact is we could have been owned by the Man City owners if him and Wise weren't pissed up and refused the offer from them because they wanted too much money. Just trying to be greedy. But I'm gonna say one of the best things I liked when he first came into the club, and I think obviously one of the best chairmen we did have at the club at the time, and I'm not saying now because obviously we've got a great chairman now in Yasser Al-Rumayyan, but at the time when he came in, the chairman I really liked that we had at the club, and it was a shame he did have to leave. I think because he had to go back to his business, back to doing what he'd done. And that was Chris Mort. I thought Chris Mort was brilliant as a chairman.
Chris Mort, yes.
I thought he did really well. And I remember when we played Sunderland, we beat them at home, and Chris Mort bought everybody around the drinks down at the Blue Bamboo. I know Neil Quinn wasn't happy because he said Chris Mort and the Fat Cockney were doing the conga when Newcastle were winning. And he said it was a bit disrespectful, Neil Quinn. Well, I'm not being funny, but come on, we've just beaten Sunderland. What are you going to expect, We're the biggest rivals. But yeah, I mean, I thought Chris Mort was great for us. He had to go back to his job as a lawyer. So he was there to stabilise the club. And I thought he did a good job. After that, we had crap coming in like Lambias and all that.
Oh, yes. Or in the words of joking here, Derek Lambisi.
Yeah. Or Johan Kebab.
Ben Afra.
Charles Insomnia. And I remember when Charles Insomnia had that interview and he was not happy when he was told. When he said, I'm not happy, I've just been called Insomnia.
Yeah.
Clarky says, next year we will have last season, this season, and next season. Sell the club, says Simon. He got Joe Linton, says Beer. Yeah.
Ugh.
Willock, a good signing? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Willock, yes.
We've gone from a 380 million club to a £1 billion club, absolutely. I think you're both right, are looking at a different way. Yes, so if it was, we lost 30 million in the first year, so that's now gone. Still remains the debt of 75 million. Leave, and leave, says Julie. Got rid of Fat Sam, brought in Joe Linton, and the Fat. See you next Tuesday left. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Yes, that was a great day when he left the club.
Certainly was.
He didn't spend money on transfers, so PSR was great. Got Jeff Hendrick on a free. Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah. Sold to the right owners. We did manage to get Benitez in whilst fighting relegation. He did ruin it by not backing him, but without him, we don't have a takeover as big as what we got. Absolutely.
That's it.
He sacked Houghton as well, didn't he? Yeah, absolutely disgraceful behaviour. I remember being at work and that came through, and at the time where I worked, my boss, he was a Middlesbrough fan, and I remember it came through, and I actually turned around to him and I said, never guessed what? And he went, what? And I says, I've just seen, I said, just come through now. I said, we've just sacked Chris Houghton. And his first words were, you're joking. Why? He's a bloody great manager. Why have you sacked him? What an idiot. And I thought, yeah, that's coming from a Middlesbrough fan. Josie is effed off and can only think of them two and the debt paid. Agree with Pete's 3 reasons, says Ian. Free of debt is the only thing we can say. While he was here, he took away any hope that wipes out any good.
Yep.
Without his defensive structure being there, we'd probably go down under Bruce and be stuck in the championship. And if we got a takeover, it would have been someone from a lot less wealthy.
Yeah, probably could have been.
Yeah. He left us for free of debt, but no commercial income. Absolutely, yeah. He
that
didn't.
Was
it. Ian, he's talking to, or even another dodgy person because of how bad the AFL test is, yeah. When Joe Kinnear was out scouting and says the kid looks good, it was one of our players there on loan. I remember that. Yes, I remember that one. Yeah.
Oh, Shane Ferguson.
Yes. Yaba says debt free. Both Joe Linton and his salty whimpers he signs take down and taken on Pifflall. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's him all over. Please, those signs were gone. Yeah, absolutely. But as soon as them signs come down, Leicester City were straight out there. Oh, we need a rule change because we can't have Newcastle getting all these big sponsorships in. You know, we should have said nothing and just took them down. We should have got the sponsors in first and then took them down.
Absolutely, we should.
If PSR went with inflation, then you would be allowed to lose 144 million over the 3-year period. Food for thought. We may have had to sell, and may have only had to sell Anderson. I mean, the thing is, Minty, I think, will come back and bite us, and I just hope. Look, in the nicest way, I hope he has a shit season. But then I just think he's going to be terrific this season, and we're going to look at it and think, oh my God, look at what we had or what we could have had. He could have saved us a lot on the right winger. But do you know what? We haven't seen him play in a black and white shirt. We haven't seen him in the Premier League. So, look, we have to get on with it, unfortunately. It is part and parcel of the game.
Yep.
And you never know. We might, you don't know. Brighton could struggle with this new manager. Who knows? We don't know. So we'll just wait and see on that one. But yeah, it's been an absolute ball tonight. Cracking show.
Certainly has.
Absolutely. So, Pete, do you want to let people know where they can find you and what you've got coming up as well, Pete? Because we're coming to the end of the show, by the way, guys. We've been on an hour and a half, and a lot of people might want to get to bed for work.
PD Proudlock. I'm going to try and think of doing a show during this week. If I can see what I can do. Saturday again, I'll be the Crazy PD's Football Live show as well. And again, next week, it's days until the Premier League restarts.
Yeah. Jonathan says, do you remember when it was called Sports Direct Arena? Yes, that was disgusting.
That
yeah.
really pissed my bollocks off. That really pissed me off, that.
Yeah, I see Sports Direct at St James's Park.
Remember that in the Championship, and then when it became Sports Direct Arena.
God, yeah. Could maybe do a top 5 things again, Pete.
Could possibly do, or I want to try and do a Premier League predictions show at one time as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking to do as well. Yeah, guys, so I'm not sure what else I got coming up this week, but do stay tuned because you never know. If we make any signings, there will be I will break it out there as soon as we sign anybody. So you will know that. Trevor says, do you know the Sports Director selling tune tops? That'll probably be the Castori ones, or no one be Adidas. If they're selling Adidas, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure what else is coming up this week, but there will be shows this week, so do stay tuned for that as well. And as I say, it's been a blast tonight. We've had a look at some great players tonight out there.
Certainly have.
Look, as I always say, they are only linked in the media. They are not actually set. We don't know if they're going to sign for us or not. They're only links in the media. But we have a look at our strengths and weaknesses, and that is exactly what we do. We are not an ITK. No, but if you have enjoyed tonight's show, please do smash a like, follow Sean the Sheep, and smash those likes. It is being stream shared on both channels, so if you'd like to give a like on both channels, that'd be fantastic. Also, if you're brand new to my channel, then please hit the subscribe. Free to do so, helps the channel grow, and hitting the bell notification tells you when I'm live, have a pre-record, or any upcoming shows. Again, it is stream shared, so if you haven't subscribed to Pete's channel, then head over there and hit his subscribe as well. Right, comments are flying in, so we will have a look what people are saying. Alan says bye to you, Alan.
Take care, Alan.
Ian's talking to Clark. Yeah, saw that one. Good evening. Goodbye, everyone, and take care. Goodbye to you, Julie, as well.
Julie.
She says, great show. Thank you.
Yeah, Julie.
Andrew says, canny show, lads. Have a good week, all. Yeah,
well,
you
Andrew.
too, absolutely. Bye, all, says Yabba. Goodbye to you, mate. Popmeister says, Peter's Friday show is better than TFI Friday.
What?
Oh, do you remember that on Channel 4?
Oh,
I don't remember it on Channel 4. I think, was it Chris Evans?
Right, yes, I think I do now.
I don't think people understand FFP. We have 68 million haul over the 3 years. Now the third year is gone. That 68 million profit is on the books. 68 leaves 47. So now we're 21 million plus. Yeah, but don't forget, we'll make that up with sponsorships that we'll get in. Thank you, Ian Fleming. Can anyone name 100 Newcastle players? Says Yava.
Yeah, forever.
There are Adidas. Oh, the Adidas. Well, there shouldn't be. If they are, Trevor, I don't know if you're on social media, Trevor. If you are, if you're on Twitter, if you can get a photograph of them in Sports Direct with the Sports Direct labels on, do send them over. Or better still, take a photograph and send it to Newcastle United as well, because he should not be selling them.
No.
And he says he was in there today. Jonathan says you got the match on Friday, Tony and Peter.
I'll be
I'm
there.
not going to the match, unfortunately,
I'll be
but
there.
Peter will be. On the end of 3 years, they're talking to each other there. They're talking about FFP. Remember the thumbs up. Thank you very much, Scott.
Absolutely.
I will, says Trevor.
Scott.
Yeah, nice one. Thanks for the gifted membership. Great show, chaps. Yeah, you too, mate. You too.
Well.
Thank you very much indeed. So it's been a blast. And as I say, remember the future's bright. The future is definitely black and white, as I always say at the end of every show. My little motto I've always said for a long time now. And till then, enjoy the rest of the evening, whatever you're doing, and stay safe. And keep yourselves safe. And at the end of the day, we're all great Toon fans at heart, and we want to see the best for the club. And look, don't be impatient. The transfer window is about to explode, and I'm sure we will bring in a few signings before the season starts. Keep the faith. And we're the lads and the lasses. Bye-bye to all.
Take care. We're the lads and we're the lasses.